I was trying to understand what was going on in America. I couldn't understand why all these people were being killed and what forces in the country was creating this and why. You're young, so you think this is supposed to be a democracy.
Roland Freeman found his calling the spring of 1968. Drawn to the ideals of the civil rights movement, he came to Marks, Mississippi to document the journey of the mule train. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. envisioned the mule train as part of a national poor people's campaign. But King died before it started. The caravan moved through the South to join some 50,000 protesters in the nation's capital. The mule train was Freeman's very first project, the first in a long career devoted to documentary photography.
This was the first undertaking of its type that I ever ventured to try. And I basically thought I knew what I was doing, but I really didn't. I had a little tape recorder with me. I had 2 cameras that weren't the greatest. I was watching what was going on and taking pictures here and there. I had never been to school for photography. It was all a matter of feel, you see. And some days, were better than others. But it seemed like I was constantly moved by the spirit of the people. Going down the highway never ceased to amaze me when you'd see people's reaction to the mule train. Folks that didn't have hardly nothing sharing everything they had with you. I mean, y'all come on in, I'm cooking some cornbread. I'm making a pot of beans. They gave you what they had from the heart. They wish you well from the heart. Black folk, they understood. People brought their children out. They were holding up their babies. They wanted you to see what was happening. Folks understood. Nobody thought it was a joke.
Passing through the South, not everyone was pleased to see the mule train come to town.
Seeing those people who purposely came by to frighten the mules, to run you off the highway, people could be killed. I mean, the mules get frightened, they run down an embankment. Folks be jumping off of wagons. People be getting hurt. You couldn't believe it, When you crawl up in a wagon at night to sleep and some stupid person is shooting and you got women and children, man. What kind of animals were they? There were some bright moments. And one of them was when I saw these white students from a college in the Delta holding this sign, wishing us well and hoping that we get to Washington. It gives you a spark of hope that even in Mississippi, there are some people who aren't die-in-the-wood-hard racists. And I went on to find that was a lot of other people like that in the years that I spent in the state. What I learned while being involved in this venture has sustained me ever since. I saw the courage of these frontline civil rights fighters, those people who seemed like they'd stepped out of a Margaret Walker poem called For My People. the fear that I had at the time, they showed me the way with their love and understanding. I have never forgotten it. Have you got to the soul yet?